Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome to my hobby blog. Today we are doing day 25. We do not have much time. We have less than a week now, roughly a week, until Spooktober is over. So we gotta start watching really good and very spooky movies now, preferably relating to the holiday Halloween. I had to remember what it was called. But today I watched a movie that is one that I've been holding off on for a while that I have from Eureka. It's a Sammo movie from 1980. This is a very spooky movie. It is called Encounter of the Spooky Kind. I love this cover. The movie, I love a lot too. Obviously, it is Sammo Hung. He wrote the movie, he directed it, he's the main star of this film, and is one of the only spooky comedy movies that directly encounter ghosts in the Chinese martial arts genre, or in just Chinese cinema in general. I read the essay written by James Oliver that was attached to this release, and he sort of discusses a lot more in depth than I will about how this movie was sort of a watershed movie for China, because before this, there weren't really any horror comedies, and Sammo Hung just really nailed everything about that. And especially for a movie where it was kind of the first one of its subgenre, it is shockingly amazing. I really enjoyed this one. The first act is a little slow, but like with every Sammo Hung, Golden Harvest, and also Shaw Brothers movie, you have to give it time. This movie, in the second act, immediately picks up, and for the rest of the movie is awesome. And I love the last fight. Of course, there is a final fight in this movie. There always is. But in this one, it is a supernatural fight that Sammo Hung's character is caught in. And the two combatants, one of which is Sammo Hung, and the other one is somebody involved in the movie that I won't say, but they are both possessed by great martial artists who are at the top of their form and of the style. And Sammo Hung has to do monkey kung fu, and he is so great in that, of course, because he's a really great physical actor. That's where he was trained in, of course, was acrobats, along with Jackie Chan, Yuan Bu, many other people, part of that opera school that I've talked about before when talking about this genre. But what is the story? I will read from the back if you don't know, because I don't think many people have seen this. Sammo Hung plays Big Guts Chung, a man well known in his local village for his lack of fear. His reputation is soon put to the test after he is tricked into spending the night in a temple full of spirits, zombies, and vampires. And that's really all the info that you need. This movie is very spooky, a lot of fun, so funny. Sammo Hung, I don't think it's his best movie. There are definitely better ones that I've enjoyed more. But this one is probably the safest Sammo Hung movie to go, I guess, headfirst into the Sammo Hung filmography. This movie has all the great fights that you will expect. It has a lot of sort of problematic aspects too. One kind of criticism that the author of this article brought up, and which I've really started to notice in Sammo Hung movies, is that Sammo Hung really beats on the woman. And especially in this movie, our final shot of the movie is him just wailing on his wife that he thinks is dead in the movie. And it just ends like that with him punching her repeatedly and her screaming. And then it ends and the bombastic music plays and all this stuff. And I I was very weirded out by it. That's why I'm not going to give it like a 5-star, maybe a 4.5. But I was very kind of put off by that, and I was reading the essay again, and he sort of talks about how Sammo Hung is quite criticized for that, and not to try and excuse what he does in his movies, but Sammo Hung defended himself, saying, well, I'm an equal opportunist when it comes to these movies. I think everybody should be beat up equally in these type of movies. And, okay, I guess it could be a lot worse than some people. Could be like John Connery, who still to this day says that, it's okay to slap women. That quote from 5 to 10 years ago still stands with me whenever I think about watching the James Bond movies with him. But that's a whole aside. But that is one thing to be cognizant of when you're going through Sammo Hung movies, especially. Jackie Chan doesn't do it as much, but he still has it a little bit. But I think Sammo Hung, this is the 5th movie or so directed by him that I have seen, and it's a pattern. So if you do not like that, then I completely agree with you, because it is something that kind of dampens the excitement ending the movie that way. But everything else in the movie definitely elevates everything else in this movie. Just got to get past that first act, and once you do, it is all amazing action and also amazing concepts. But I would also recommend watching Spiritual Kung Fu, which is a Jackie Chan movie that is quite close in story. It's about Jackie Chan having to sort of defeat the battles of evil, or the clan of evil, who have stolen the scrolls for the ancient, very powerful martial arts form. And Jackie Chan has to go get, or has to learn that art form from the ancestors of his tribe, because the scroll is gone. And because the scroll is gone, now the other tribe of evil have sort of advantage over Jackie Chan's tribe. And I highly recommend watching that movie with this one. I think it would be a really good double feature. You get 2 of the biggest Chinese stars of all time, especially in the martial arts genre with Jackie Chan and Sammo Hung. You get ghosts. They're very prevalent in both of these movies. You also have a lot of great sort of dramatic fights throughout, where the ghosts are possessing people and fighting against our main character, or possessing our main character to go fight other people. And this happens a lot in this movie too. But you just got to get past the first act. I don't really have many other thoughts about this movie. I loved it. It was great. Really weird ending that I did not like at all, but everything else in the movie is really good, except the first act, which I keep looping around saying. So thank you all so much for watching, and please have a great rest of the evening.